Hey guys, welcome back to the Subtl YouTube channel. Today I am going to talk about a few trends that are a little more outdated that we might want to leave behind in 2023. Now, obviously a disclaimer. If you love the way that you do your makeup and you feel like it flatters your face and your skin type, then absolutely you do you. But for those of you who feel like you haven't updated your makeup routine in a while, you want to be a little more trendy, you want your makeup to look youthful and glowy and updated with the times and are struggling with how to do that, here's just a few little tips, a few techniques that were popular, maybe 5 to 7 years ago, but that have kind of gone out of style and what to try instead. So the first trend I want to talk about that is really big in 2023 is youthful, glowy, dewy skin. What was really popular more in I'd say 2016 was this super heavy makeup, matte. It was very dry. We used a lot of powders, a lot of thick, really heavy coverage foundations. And that was the OG YouTube makeup era, the Kylie Jenner makeup era, all of those looks. It was fun, but it was a lot. So now in 2023, really trends have moved to be much more natural and again, more dewy, glowy skin. And really just letting the skin breathe. So a few tips to do this if your makeup tends to look cakey and dry and much more matte. I would say number one is really in prepping the skin. I love using the Supergoop Glow Screen, whether it's underneath my foundation or whether it's just on its own and then adding a little bit of concealer on top of that. This gives a really nice glowy finish. And then next would be using a concealer that can double as a foundation. So obviously I love the Subtle Beauty concealer and my shade that I use is 3N. This is pretty light. I do have foundation on right now, but I have a video I can link here that really goes over how to do your skin so that it looks really gorgeous and natural and glowy with just concealer. Now, the next trend that I'm seeing kind of slowly trickle its way out in 2023 is actually super heavy contour. Now, I actually used to do theater in high school and we would essentially do contouring. It used to be not a thing at all. It was for stage makeup. It was for super heavy photo shoots for celebrities or red carpets maybe, but it really was not popular. And then all of a sudden one day it just blew up. I think the Kardashians probably really brought this into popularity. And the thing about contouring is that it actually makes you look older. That's why a lot of younger girls really like it. That's why it's become so popular. It makes your face look much more defined. But if you're a lot older, if you already have some volume loss, or even if you just really like the look of a full youthful face, then contouring can actually do the opposite. So we're seeing that kind of fade away. We're seeing the underpainting technique, which I actually just tried, so I'll link that video here. That was really fun to do. But just things that yes, accentuate the face and the feature. You want to add colors, but not doing that harsh line of contour. Instead, learning your face, learning what looks good with your face shape, accentuating the features that you already have. If you can't tell, the theme now with makeup is just much more natural and embracing your beauty and just enhancing that, and I love that. The next look that is definitely out in 2023 is the super reflective white cast highlighter, and that's why I love the Subtle Beauty highlighter. I really love the cream highlighter, but our powder highlighter is great too because it doesn't have that super intense white cast. This is what I'm talking about, if you know what I mean. We used to not use highlighter at all, and then we were introduced to it, which is great, and then everyone just kind of went overboard. Scaling back on the highlighter, doing the underpainting technique that I mentioned earlier, where you do the highlighter underneath the foundation or underneath the concealer, or using that glow screen sunscreen that I showed earlier that just kind of makes it so that your skin glows from within rather than having this harsh line here and the super, white inner corner of your eye. Now, the next trend that we're leaving behind in 2023 is the super boxy, harsh eyebrows. And again, you know, disclaimer, you do what you like, what you feel like flatters your shape. But I feel like we as a society have made so many mistakes when it comes to eyebrows. At the end of the day, like just doing what is closest to your natural eyebrow shape, enhancing them, filling them in a little, plucking a little if you need to. But I don't even like try to force them to fit into this crazy shape. Like I just follow my natural eyebrow shape. They're sisters, not twins. Doing your eyebrows like perfectly takes a lot of time anyway, so I think just doing what is quick and easy for you is definitely the best route to go. Now, the last trend that I think we're leaving behind in 2023 is the super powdery, cakey under eye triangle that everyone was doing, baking as they like to call it. That's why I love this shine control powder, because whenever I would try using a powder, it would just make my skin so dry. It would end up looking like cracked throughout the day. It did not do good things for my skin. This shine control powder from Subtl Beauty is the first powder I've ever tried that like doesn't do that for me. So it's just super lightweight, it's buildable. I just use a little bit here, here, and here, and it just really mattifies those areas and makes it so that it's still glowy and pretty, but not shiny. Hence the name shine control powder. And then the last trend that at least I'm leaving behind in 2023 is super complicated makeup routines and giant palettes of makeup and just owning 27 different concealers and using, you know, different products every time you get ready. That's why we're here. The Subtl stack is fully customizable. The items are refillable, so it's friendly for the planet. Everything's vegan, cruelty-free, gluten-free, talc-free. All of Subtl's products are clean underneath like Sephora's clean standards, and I just say that because a lot of companies claim to be clean and it doesn't really mean anything. So if you're wondering what clean means, if Subtl Beauty was carried in Sephora, it would be underneath the clean category. The products really are great for your skin. They don't break you out, and it just allows you to have a simplified makeup routine. It fits in the palm of your hand. This is even a tall stack. Here it is compared to my foundation. My foundation's actually taller than it is. If I'm headed to the gym, I mean, I wouldn't take this whole thing, but like I'd probably take out eyeshadow and the highlighter and the darker concealer that I use for contour. If I'm headed to the gym, this is what I would bring. Bronzer, lip and cheek concealer, and shine control powder. And you also have the little brush in the bottom and a mirror on the top. Everything you need. Just drop that in my belt bag. There you go, good to go. I think since COVID, since 2020, we all realized that we were spending way too much time getting ready in the morning. So things that can simplify that routine, I'm all for it. That is it for today. Thank you so much for watching. Make sure to subscribe. I post every Sunday, and give us a follow on TikTok. I post a lot on there as well. Let me know below, what trends have you recently left behind that you were maybe holding on to for a little too long? And what trends are you excited to try in the coming year? Bye guys.